Hi, I am Gary Swartz from IAS, the Institute of Accounting Science. This is the first part of a comprehensive module on business strategy. This particular video deals with SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. A SWOT analysis identifies each of the helpful and harmful aspects of a business. Strengths and weaknesses are internal attributes of the organization. In other words, you can change or have control over them. These therefore normally form the core of your strategic activities, as they are aspects that you can control. Opportunities and threats are, however, external attributes of the environments, or ones external to your company that you don't control. The internal or external distinction is an important one, and it is vital that you categorize each aspect in the correct internal or external category, as this drives the formulation of your controllable strategic activities. It is also important when doing a SWOT that for each point you first identify what the aspect is. Second, you explain why it is a strength, weakness, opportunity, or threat. And then third, you apply this to the scenario. This is generally in the form of how does it affect the company. For instance, how does it affect the financial statements? So an effect is, for instance, when you would yield additional revenue or reduce expenses. In order to explain a SWOT, we are going to use a contextual example. We will use Apple. We begin with the strengths. Apple is a hugely successful company. One of the results of this success is the cash it has on hand on its balance sheet. They have over $33 billion in short-term cash and equivalents, and then an even more impressive $160 billion in long-term marketable securities. This is also a long-term phenomenon, which we can see has been in place for over 5 years. We see this as a strength, as they can buy new technologies, competitors, or invest in research and development. They basically have lots of financial resource. To articulate this, we use the identify, explain, and apply steps. Identify, they have the cash available. Explain, they have massive resources to protect or expand the business. And then apply, in difficult times they could buy competitors, bringing more assets onto the balance sheet and more profits into the income statement. Other strengths would be powerful brand and an excellent workforce. Always do identify, explain, and apply. So for brand, identify is the brand. Explain, it's internationally known for its high quality products. And apply, they can generate more revenue from existing or new products using their brand. Always link to what does it mean. You should never be able to say, so what? Or why does that matter? It must be very clear. For weaknesses, Apple products can't use the Adobe Flash application. So in other words, you cannot view all websites on some devices. This may cause a buyer not to purchase an Apple product and therefore reduce Apple revenues. Apple has in addition stated that they will not support Flash. So in applying our three aspects, identify is that the iOS operating system does not allow Flash. Explaining is that Flash is used by many websites and therefore cannot be used on iOS devices. And apply is that there are lost sales from the devices that will not be sold. For opportunities, this is external to the company. Competitors are always under computer virus threat. Apple has a closed operating system, therefore stronger protection against viruses. Users may therefore migrate to Apple because of this advantage, increasing revenue. The opportunity is the virus attack, which is identify. Apple can use a strength, its operating system, to capitalize on this opportunity. That's the explain. Selling more devices and increasing revenue, that is the apply. For threats, these are still external to the company. We will talk about new technologies by competitors, such as foldable tablets, that is the identify. Competitors could get ahead of Apple, that's the explain. Apple could therefore lose sales by falling behind in technology, that would be the apply. Once we have identified, explained, and applied all of our SWOTs, we can move on to concluding our strategy, which will involve building on our strengths, reducing or resolving our weaknesses, exploiting our opportunities, and avoiding our threats. For instance, in this example we would take a threat, such as competitors introducing foldable tablets, use our strength in the form of our cash resources to purchase that competitor company, and turn the weakness into a strength. And that is SWOT analysis. Please email us if you have any questions or comments.